Well, welcome along to the continuation of our Landlord 2020 Vision campaign running throughout January. And my next guest, I am so excited to welcome to Property Tribes, because at the back end of 2019, I discovered LendLord. And believe you me, I see so many different kind of property and portfolio management systems come across my desk. And I generally don't get on with them. But LendLord, I took to it straight away. I am an avid user now, and I'm joined by the founder and CEO, Aviram, all the way from Israel. And Aviram, it's so great to welcome you to Property Tribes. You've come up with a product that is so in keeping with Landlord 2020 Vision, because it helps landlords be efficient. So tell us about LendLord.
Exactly. So LendLord basically is a platform, online platform, that helps landlord first manage their portfolio details. So it's like a one place in the cloud that you can keep your all relevant details in a secure way. And basically, it replaces like Excel spreadsheets, paperwork, and things like that. So this is the first thing. The second thing that the system does is basically generate insights into, currently it's like mainly on the financing aspects of the landlord. So we currently support around like 20 lenders. So we capture their criteria item on the portfolio level. And by that, we can generate insights into refinance opportunities, into new mortgage opportunities, remortgage, capital raising, and everything is basically being done automatically. So you just need to put your data once, and after that, you can be alerted with like email notifications. And it can be also, let's say, if you have now like a product rate that is about to expire, you will get a notification 90 days, 30 days, 7 days, and 1 day before, to make sure that you don't miss the opportunity, of course, to retain the discounted rate. We have other models, of course, that can help track the profitability of the portfolio. So this model is the profit and loss model, we call it. So you can track your monthly expenses on each property. And by that, you can review your yield and ROI over time, and also make decisions. So you can see which property in your portfolio is outperforming, which property is underperforming. You can also combine it with the data of, let's say, your loan to value. So perhaps, you can see that there is opportunity in this property perhaps to raise more capital. And in a high LTV property, perhaps, if you can decrease it, perhaps to get better rates, and like by basically combining the both things. So there are many opportunities that the system basically can generate for the lender to make better decisions.
Yeah. And that is so important, particularly in 2020 and beyond. We know it's becoming more challenging to be a landlord. And, you mentioned the ubiquitous Excel spreadsheet. I had our portfolio on that for, I think, 15 years, and it was only LendLord that tempted me away to actually go into the cloud and use your platform. And what I love about it is the headline insights that you get. You know exactly where you stand, and if you know where you stand, then you know what you can do better. But it's so many landlords don't even know basic things like their loan to value across their portfolio, or, as you mentioned, which properties perhaps aren't performing as well as others. All these kind of insights are generated automatically via LendLord, helps landlords, have a more profitable business at the end of the day.
Exactly. Yeah. And yeah, this is the purpose. First, like to provide a transparency to the landlord. Okay, so you can see what is your current property portfolio value. Okay, you can see how much you have in equity. Okay, and of course, you mentioned the LTV, that is important. Not just for like the property level, it's also relevant, the loan to value is very relevant also the portfolio level, because many lenders take a look on the entire portfolio loan to value when they basically considering, a new application. And by the way, another thing that we do is the stress testing. So this is something that some of the lenders require, and many others also require like to stress test a new property that you are going to buy. So our system knows how to do that, and we generate the ICR number. It's the initial interest cover ratio, sorry.
Yeah.
And we know which limitations each lender has in terms of the ICR, and by that we can basically provide more information to the landlord to understand what is his ICR level, and according to that, what are his options in terms of new mortgage or remortgage.
Now, as you mentioned, one of the great things about LendLord is you only have to input the data once. You have an application where you can just a spreadsheet automatically uploads and populates the software. And then once you've done that, you've got everything at your fingertips. If you have a rent increase, you can go into the software, put in the new rent, see your net cash flow go up. So it's almost, you get all these instant rewards, and I think that's one thing that really encourages landlords to use the software, is that, you know, they can see these changes, positive, some might be negative, but those negative changes help make better decisions about which properties, you know, may be time to sell. So again, I have to compliment you on what you've done with the software in how easy it is to use, because that's just vital for any kind of platform. It's got to be intuitive. People have got to enjoy using it, haven't they?
Yeah, and this was, you know, our main focus was, okay, in order to enter the data, it takes time.
It does.
I think that you experienced that also. So we need to see how we can make the experience, you know, more friendly. So first, yeah, you have the ability to add like manually a new property. We also like have a feature that you can upload your spreadsheet. So if you maintain a spreadsheet, you can upload it to the platform. We know how to map the landlord fields that he used to maintain with the system fields. And if the landlord maintains like extra fields, like custom fields that he wants to store and basically to review, we can also support them. So we can see them in, you know, the portfolio management table in our platform. Even if it's something that, you know, it's just very customized to this specific landlord. You can also customize your spreadsheet in the platform. So you want to see those specific columns, but you don't, let's say you don't want to see other columns. So you can basically customize the platform for your needs and to see basically the view that you are interested in.
Yeah.
So it's also something that we put some effort. Another thing that we did is the ability to upload a mortgage offer. So let's say you close a deal with a lender, usually you get the mortgage offer document, so you can upload it to the platform, and we know like automatically to read the relevant data and create a property row. So it's another way to make it more easier to upload data to the platform. And again, you just need to do it once, and after that the system. You talked about like if the rental income has changed, okay? So we have like emails notifications. Every week we generate like a weekly summary report. So you can see your high-level figures in terms of portfolio value, mortgage balance, the P&L. But we also add some like a reminder section, okay? To remind the lender, okay, perhaps something has changed. Go into the platform, update the details to make it up to date and get the relevant insights accordingly. By the way, in the newsletter and this weekly report, we also try to add some content, like to the things that we think that are important for the landlord to know. So we're trying also to do that and provide some more value.
No, I do enjoy receiving my emails because they're personal to me and my portfolio, and they remind me of things, and it's just great to receive them. It encourages me to go back to the platform. I think, you know, I actually have to confess that late last year I made a bit of a rookie error, which I wouldn't have done if I had been on the LendLord platform, and that was I went to remortgage a property and it actually had some early repayment charges still attached to it, which I didn't realise until I got the completion statement from the solicitor, who had put 7,800 early repayment charges. Ouch. So that was a rookie error on my part. I've been doing this for 15 years and I just lost sight of it, and I'd forgotten that there was, you know, these repayments. using LendLord, I wouldn't have done that because I would have had a record of the ERC when it ended and so on. And again, that's another reason that I think it's such a powerful tool for landlords.
Yeah, so definitely the ECR is very important detail to keep and store, and we support that. By the way, if you upload the mortgage offer, so usually early redemption rate, there is like grades. Like,
yes.
it
decreases in
right.
sequence. Yeah.
So we know also how to capture it like this. So yeah, if you're using LendLord, I think most likely you wouldn't have the case that you missed that.
No.
Yeah.
I learnt my lesson. So I guess what we just finish off by saying that at the moment the platform is free to use.
Yeah.
You're very keen for Property Tribes members to try it out and feedback to you any improvements, any data that they would like to see, any other metrics that they would like included. You really want to work with the landlord community to make this the best it can be.
Exactly, and this is what we're looking for. We want, like, of course, to increase our user base because we want to provide the best landlord app that we can, and because of that we need a lot of feedback.
Yes.
And we are getting, by the way, in the last few weeks we got a lot of feedback, very positive feedback. Positive, not just like the system is great, but if you would add that to the system, it would be great. Or like you have a bug there, it's also something that can happen, of course. And with this feedback, we can grow, add more functionality, and provide great service to the landlords eventually.
Well, Aviram, I thank you for joining me all the way from Israel. I think 2020 is going to be a very exciting year for LendLord, and we'll hopefully see you at some of the property shows. You're going to hopefully be at the Landlord Investment Show, and I know you would love to say hello to Property Tribes members in person, and you'd love them to go and look and check out the platform. So thank you very much, and all the best for the new year.
Thank you very much, Vanessa. Thank you for the interview, and Happy New Year.
Indeed. Thank you.